What is up, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We're back.
Here we are with another start sit Q&A. You guys continue to ask for more of me and Caleb. And look, I realize I don't even got my light on. Let me get the better lighting. But you guys keep asking for me and Caleb, and so we're gonna keep giving it to you as much as we can. I know you guys like the start sits. We both tend to go live every Sunday morning about the same time, so we figured why not do it together this week.
We are bringing the people what they have demanded. That's what we're doing.
Fair enough. All right, man. Well, I see we got a couple questions in the chat. So why don't we just start? If this is your first time tapping into one of these channels, the way that this thing goes is as you guys hop in the chat, make sure you are subscribed. You have to be subscribed for 60 seconds in order to put your questions in the chat. And once those questions are in there, we will answer them for you as quickly as we can get to them live on stream. We answer every question that hits the comment section. So make sure you are asking those questions for us so we can help you win your fantasy football weeks this week. But starting off, it was even before we got live today. Ronnie was in the chat and he says, "What's good, man? We need Browns or Lions defense today. Also Kincaid or Laporta. This is a full PPR. Thanks, man. Keep up the good work." So 2 questions here, Caleb. Browns or Lions defense is the first one, and then Kincaid or Laporta is the second one.
Ooh. So defensive wise, this is hard. I think I lean Browns. I feel like you got it. I know the offense is so bad, so it's gonna put the defense in just hard spots. But going up against Pittsburgh, I feel like Kenny Pickett really just meh quarterback. So give me the Browns defense being elite. And then in regards to tight end, that's a hard question, Ronnie. Sad that you have to make that hard decision, but I still lean Laporta. I still lean Laporta going up against the Bears.
Yeah, no, I think I'm with you on the defense. I lean the Cleveland Browns defense just a little bit over the Lions defense in this one. But when it does come to that tight end position in a full PPR league, what I'm looking at right now is I think I would be going with Laporta against Chicago. The matchup is fine for Kincaid, but I think that matchup is just as good, if not better, for Sam Laporta. And with that being said, I think Sam Laporta is just a little bit more involved in that passing game than Kincaid at the moment. Not to mean that Kincaid can't, get better, but I do think that Sam Laporta would be my play this week. But both of those guys, I'd try and find a way to put them in my lineup.
No, 100%. I can't believe, Ronnie, that you both have Kincaid and Laporta. You got like double stack on the tight end landscape, like especially after Andrews, like you're feeling good. Sad that you couldn't trade maybe one of those away to get some more depth other places. But Ronnie, I don't know if this is Dynasty. I don't know if this is redraft, but good on you for having those two tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb, I have a dynasty team this week where I changed my team name to Tight End U because I have Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, and Dalton Kincaid all playing this week in my lineups,
We call
and it's
that
a
we
tight
call
end
that
premium.
heavy bully ball tight end. Yeah, no, that's impressive. That's impressive. I had a team that had Travis Kelsey and Mark Andrews. That was my bully tight end lineup. But of course, now without Mark Andrews, we're crying a little bit at night. But
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunate for Mark Andrews. But we do have this second question here. Primetime Edits says Derrick Henry or James Conner.
I think for me, I'm looking at my rankings. Oh
It
goodness,
doesn't specify. Oh, he does say it, full PPR.
full PPR. I'm still taking Derrick Henry versus Jacksonville.
Derrick Henry versus Jacksonville. Let's see where I have both of these guys in my rankings this week. For me, let's see. I have him back to back in my rankings. I have James Conner just a little bit higher. James Conner's my RB20 on the week. Derrick Henry's my RB21. The reason why I have James Conner just a little bit higher is the matchup against the Houston Texans. They are giving up 19.8 fantasy points per game to that running back position, where Jacksonville's giving up 17.7. So there's just a little bit better of a matchup for the Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's why I'm going to be going with James Conner just barely over Derrick Henry.
Primetime, and you're tuning in on Andrew's channel. So listen to him. You're going with James Conner. That's what the way that you're going to be going today.
Both of them, though, will be running back twos for your lineup.
Easily. Yes, easily.
Trick says, let's go. My Madison stock is back up. I think so.
I think so too. Sadly, I picked up a lot of Ty Chandler. I thought I had like a nice flex play going on here today, but sadly, be back relegated to the bench.
Yeah, I'm still nervous. I have a question, and maybe look, I'll ask you on stream here, Caleb, because I've been debating this. I was asking Kevin over at Debbie Royale, but I have Amari Cooper and Alexander Madison this week that I have to decide between in a flex. The reason why is because I have all these guys on bye, so I have to play one of
Yeah.
them. Who are you leaning? I hate Amari Cooper's matchup this week.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. I hate Amari Cooper's matchup. And I know in your video and my video this week, when we both bashed on Amari Cooper, we talked about how he goes from 15 points a game with Deshaun Watson down to like 9 or 8 with whoever else. So for me, just give me Madison. Hopefully he gets the volume. Hopefully he's, it's not going to be a split with him and Ty Chandler. That's the risk, but I would go Alexander
Yeah.
Madison.
Yeah, I think that's the thing because Madison's risky this week. It's not easy to I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen with them this week. And that's me as a Vikings fan. I don't know what's happening. So anyways, we have start one full PPR Chuba, Dante Foreman, and Ty Chandler.
I think I'm going with Khalil Herbert coming back. I think it bumps down Foreman a little bit. Ty Chandler, of course, you just talked about Madison playing. So give me Chuba.
Give you Chuba? Yeah, I think Chuba would be my play too. I don't love Chuba's matchup this week against Dallas, but he is the best play in this situation. Here we go. Aaron Jones or Singletary in full PPR and Kincaid or McBride.
I'm going Aaron Jones over Singletary, as much as having Singletary without Pierce is going to be impressive. And then between the tight ends, I have them both back to back, but I have Trey McBride one spot higher. But that's probably just because of the Jets defense for the Bills, and Kincaid, who knows what that offense is going to look like this week without Ken Dorsey. So give me Trey McBride and give me Aaron Jones. But where are you at, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm with you on the running backs. Aaron Jones is the play for me. I have him as my running back 11 on the week. I think that matchup against the Chargers is nice for Aaron Jones. The Kincaid McBride, I'm actually different with you. I have them back to back in my rankings. I have Kincaid just one higher. So it's hard for me, though, to look at the volume that Trey McBride got last week and want to go away from that. I kind of want to ride the volume a little bit. So maybe I'm talking myself out of Kincaid, but right now the rankings say I would go Kincaid over McBride, but I think both of these guys are top 5, top 6 tight ends for you on the week.
Yeah, I have them back to back. So I would flip a coin. But yeah, I lean just McBride because I think we talked like the Jets matchup, but I hear you. I hear you why you would have Kincaid higher.
Yep. Trick says Ridley, Jaden Reed, Michael Mayer, Noah Brown, or Osborne, full PPR.
Goodness gracious. In full PPR, I think I'm leaning either in Calvin Ridley or Noah Brown. If it comes down to it, do I continue the pain that Calvin Ridley causes me on a weekly basis? I mean, they're going up against Tennessee. It's a great matchup. I feel like I have to go Calvin Ridley, but it's Noah Brown too. He's been balling, but I think with Nico Collins back, makes me a little bit more hesitant with Noah Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you here. Calvin Ridley, he's been very disappointing, but I think right now that's the best option that you've just put on the table. I guess the second best option for me would be Jaden Reed, but even in that point, I think you're just hoping that he finds the end zone. To give you an idea, I mean, I have Calvin Ridley as my wide receiver 27 on the week. Jaden Reed, the guy who I said would be your second best bet, I have him as like wide receiver 50. So I think Calvin Ridley's the play, even though he's been disappointing. Just I couldn't shy away from him with that group of guys. Nino says, would you rather have Breece Hall, Swift, or Rashad rest of season? Caleb, you just did a rest of season rankings.
I did Breece Hall's for me. Even though it's so disappointing with Zach Wilson, I still feel like the volume is there. I think Swift, besides that week 2 game, he's really like that upside we haven't necessarily seen it, even though we know it's there. It's just kind of been a non-existent upside. And then Rachaad White, I mean, it's been probably maybe the highest upside out of those 3 the last few weeks, but still like rest of the season, I'm a little bit more worried about Rachaad White than those other 2. So give me Breece Hall.
Yep. I made a video where I was talking about potential league winners. DeAndre Swift is on that video. His playoff schedule is really, really good. It might be one of the best running back schedules in football. So I think because of that, I'm going to go DeAndre Swift, but I think Breece Hall is fine either way. But I think because of the league winning upside DeAndre Swift possesses with that schedule, I would go with DeAndre Swift. And we got a super chat from Raul. So appreciate you being here. We do appreciate the support. He says choose two of these players, Adams, Hollywood Brown, and Christian Kirk. And then choose two, Connor, Walker, A-Chain. Whoever you didn't pick, who would you flex? This is a standard league. So let's start with this first question. You have to pick two of the wide receivers, Adams, Brown, and Kirk.
I think I'm going Adams and Hollywood.
Okay. I think for me, I'm just pulling up my rankings right now because I don't talk standard a ton, but I still do those rankings because you just subtract the PPR points, right?
Yeah.
So I have Adams as the first one I would be playing. After that, I have Christian Kirk as my wide receiver 21. And then Hollywood's my wide receiver 28. So I guess I would be going with Adams and Christian Kirk. Is that what you said, Caleb?
I said Hollywood Brown, but I hear you where you're saying Kirk. So let's just since this is on your channel, let's do Kirk and Adams. I'm cool to agree with that.
Okay.
They're both wide receiver twos.
Where are we with the running backs? A-Chain, Walker, Connor. Pick two of them.
We'll go A-Chain and Walker.
Yeah, I have let's see. A-Chan, I have him as a top 10 back. So he is going to be the play for me. Walker, currently have him as running back 13, and then James Conner is running back 23. So I would be going with A-Chan and Walker. And then he said, whoever you didn't pick, who would you flex?
I'd flex. So I would flex.
Hollywood
so this
and
is
Connor?
Yeah, I would flex Connor over Hollywood. So let's do this. Let's do Kirk, Adams, Connor, Walker, A-Chain. I think that's where we're going to end.
I'm definitely on board with that, and I think I would go Connor because I think he has touchdown upside today.
Yep.
Perfect. Hey, thanks for the support, Raul. We appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Now let's move over to our next question, which was let's see, Jared Bear. He says Evans for Ayuk, Noah Brown, Hunt. I get Ayuk. Would you trade Evans for Ayuk, Noah Brown, and Hunt? I would. I want Ayuk in this trade.
Yeah, I want Ayuk over Evans, and the fact that you're able to add in, like, honestly, if it was, like we said, just straight up, like, cool. And maybe those roster spots don't mean anything to you, and you're able to stash Noah Brown, or maybe you have to drop something. But yeah, give me Ayuk here, Jabber.
Yep. Full PPR as a flex, pick 2, KW3, Monty, Rashee Rice, breakout game post by. Tank Dell, have A-Chan and Swift starting at running back already. So we got to pick 2 of these guys. For me, I'm going KW3 and Monty.
Yeah. I think it's close when you like. I have Tank Dell pretty high. I have him as top 20 wide receiver this week. But even still, with Nico Collins coming back, like, it'll be interesting to see how those splits kind of happen this week. But I think Monty still has touchdown upside, especially considering the fact that I know you love yourself some Gibbs. But Gibbs even said that Monty let him stay in for one of those goal line rushes last week. So if Monty got that last week, his week would look a lot better. So give me Monty and KW3.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Monty's week wasn't bad at all. So it was a good week. All right, Abid says, hello, I have a tough question to ask, but I'm unsure. Who would you start at the flex? A-Chan, Hall, Puka, Laporta.
Lord have mercy. Who's in your starting lineup?
He says leaning towards A-Chan or Puka.
You got to go. You got to go, A-Chan.
I do too. I think he has the highest upside.
Yeah.
Monique says, good morning, boys. Need to stream a running back with Gibson out. Should I start Rodriguez, Sanders, Pirine, Joshua Kelly, and Roshan are all on waivers? This is a full PPR league.
Yeah, this is a really great question, Monique, because this is a little rough deep out here in the streets. This is deep. For me, I'm probably it sounds gross. Are you gonna say Sanders? Because that's how I'm leaning.
I lean Miles Sanders.
I can't believe I'm saying this to you, Monique. I'm so sorry. I can't believe we both in agreement, but you got to do what you got to do at this point in the season.
I think when you have plays like this, you're looking for upside because the floor of all these guys is pretty much 0. And so you're looking for the upside. And I think we've seen the last couple of weeks. I talked about it in a video, in my sit video this week, because I had Chuba Hubbard as a sit. I talked about how he slowly got more and more of the snap counts over Miles Sanders. And then he saw like a peak of his snap counts in like week 7. And since then, he slowly lost snaps to Miles Sanders. So it's like they kind of went with Chuba Hubbard. He disappointed, and now they're kind of going back the other way. So maybe you can get this 50-50 split out of Sanders this week, and hopefully he falls in the end zone. That would be my thoughts.
Yep, I'm with you.
All right, Kyle says Gabe Davis, Brandon Cooks, Madison Ford. Pick one running back and one flex. It's a full PPR. So one of the running backs, I think for me, I'd be going with, I think I'm going with Madison.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ford just with this Cleveland Browns offense, they're not gonna be able to move the ball. So unless Ford has a big like breakaway run, it's gonna be hard for him to pick up any sort of type of upside. So I'm there with you with Madison. And then if you pick one flex, oh goodness gracious. Do we I almost kind of lean Brandon Cooks after how this Dallas Cowboys offense has been looking, but
I do too. And that Jets defense is tough. They've been giving up very little points to the running or to the wide receiver position. So Gabe Davis doesn't look like it's going to be very good. I think I lean Madison, but again, we've talked about how risky of a play that is. But I don't trust this Cleveland Browns offense with DTR at quarterback like at all. Like I cannot put out a guy confidently on the Browns this week.
I'm with you. Yeah. So go Brandon Cooks and Madison.
Yep. Kanye says, okay, I'm loaded with running backs and I need help. Start 2, full PPR. Javonte, Jerome Ford, Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, and Achane.
David Montgomery and Achane.
I go with Achane. I'm assuming this is, yeah, he did say full PPR. I'm going with Achane. Achane's a top 7 in PPR for me this week. Maybe I'm biting the bullet and maybe a little too eager for him, but I'm going Achane and I'm going David Montgomery. Those are my 2 plays. So glad we were in agreement there. Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter.
Tua or Stroud. QB scoring is point per completion, minus 1.4 incomplete, 6-point passing touchdowns. So a little unique. However,
I have CJ Stroud 1 spot ahead of Tua, but this scoring, I was basing it more off, your standard ESPN scoring. So this is interesting because who essentially you almost want someone in this case that's throwing the ball a lot, but you almost don't want them throwing it too much because then that's when the incompletions tend to rack up a little bit.
You need a highly accurate quarterback and somebody who can pass a couple touchdowns. I think for me, just looking at my 6-point passing touchdown rankings, because that's what I typically play. I play those 6-point passing touchdown leagues. I have Tua 1 spot above CJ Stroud. However, the matchup for CJ Stroud is a better matchup. So if you wanted a game where maybe CJ Stroud is projected to throw more, I think the Dolphins are going to blow out the Raiders today. Like, I think by the second half, it's the Achane and Mostert show. Like, I think they're just going to start running the football. So if you want passing volume for those passing per completions, I do understand maybe going CJ Stroud here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I still lean CJ Stroud, but that's a really tough one there. Peanut butter jelly time.
Yep. Eric says, what up, boys? Pick 2, Puka, Dell, and Mostert.
Puka for sure.
I think Puka and Mostert for me.
Yeah, I think Mostert's the safer play between. I know Tank Dell has maybe more upside than Mostert, especially with this backfield now being locked off. But yeah, I agree with you. We'll go Puka and Mostert. And shout out to Eric, FF Ballers, Ball Busters YouTube channel. He's growing like crazy too. Eric is an incredible analyst. So go check him out if you haven't already.
Awesome. Appreciate you being here, Eric. Let's see. Scott says, I was just looking for the next question. Scott says, Mike Wilson is out, so Brown looks solid. Start 3 flexes: James Cook, Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, McBride, Garrett Wilson.
I think I know Garrett Wilson though is the injury. That's what drives me a little bit. Like it's a risky play with Wilson.
I want to start McBride. I'm assuming it's PPR. If it's PPR, I do want to start McBride because of the volume.
Yeah. McBride.
I think I go McBride, James Cook, and Garrett Wilson. I think that's really where I lay.
Yeah, that's that. I was about to say the same thing. I have Garrett Wilson ahead of Hollywood Brown. So yeah, I agree with this.
Cool. All right. Monique says, thanks, boys, with the crying emoji because of her running back situation.
Rough out in the streets.
Yeah, it's tough, man. We're out here towards the end of the year and it's wasteland at the running back position right now. Abid says starting lineup is Prescott and Mixon, Gibbs, Adams, Kirk, Kelsey, Achane, Commanders defense, and Bengals kicker. Right now I am up by 30 points ahead, and my opponent had 4.3 points with his Andrews. Injured, gotta knock him out when he's the leading player of the league, and we'll make 2-1. Okay, fair enough. I thought there was going to be a question at the end of this, but maybe not. But
Well, because I asked for his team because I said it was so loaded because he was
oh
asking that
yes,
like crazy insane flex play when he was like, I need to start Brees Hall, A Chain, or Puka in the flex. And we're like, in the flex? Like, what?
yeah. Got to knock him out. The leading player in the league. That would be good for you. Trick says favorite game day food.
Ooh. I mean, it depends.
We did pizza
I'm
last week. Ironically,
yeah,
you and I both did pizza.
I'm still thinking about pizza today, to be honest.
I
But
have
I
pizza in the fridge today.
Okay, but I'm also I think the other issue is like I live in the middle of nowhere in Indiana, so it's not like there's like just loads of options. It's like I either go to Culver's, I either go get some Mexican or I get pizza. Like those are like my options. Maybe Buffalo Wild Wings too, but like I'm not a wing guy on a Sunday. I don't know. I feel like that's super
Really,
overrated.
I'm a very big wing guy. Like I'll eat wings on a random Wednesday night. Like that's
Mm,
just I don't know. I love a lemon pepper wing, especially if it's from like Wingstop. But um, yeah, those are kind of my pizza wings.
mm.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what
Reading
else we
that too.
got. Frenzy says, two running backs, two wide receivers, one flex. Javonte Williams, Jerome Ford, Singletary, Derrick Henry, Dell, DJ Moore, Metcalf. So we got to pick two running backs first. Let's do the two running backs.
Yeah, so we're going Henry for sure. And then between Singletary and Ford,
Singletary.
I think I still lean Ford,
Do
honestly.
you? You don't like Javonte this week?
Wait, did I miss? Oh, I thought I instantly went to Jamal Williams. So I guess I actually do have Javante above both of those guys. So I would go Henry and Javante, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna
I do
say
like
because
Javante.
my I have Javonte the highest in my rankings of all those guys.
Yes, I
So
agree.
I think Javonte would be my play, and then honestly, I like Devin Singletary more than Derrick Henry this week.
Do you
Um,
really?
I do. I have Devin Singletary as my running back 12. Arizona's run defense is just horrible. I mean, they're giving up 24 and a half points per game to that running back position. 30th among 32 teams. Like this is bad, man. Um, I don't know. I think I would go Singletary and Javonte, but I'm glad we both agree on Javonte. Maybe we'll take Henry in the flex, but let's pick the two wide receivers. He has Dell, DJ Moore, and Metcalf.
Yeah, I think I'm going Tank Dell and DK Metcalf.
Dell and Metcalf. I am going with Dell and Metcalf as well. So, would you go Henry in the flex or would you go DJ Moore in the flex?
Mm.
Well, you said Henry is a starter, so I guess would you go Singletary or Moore?
I think I go Singletary. I like the matchup a
And
lot.
I would
And
go
I,
Henry. So
I
I
think
think
this
we picked the same five guys.
Yeah, we did. We just got a different way of going about it. But the thing with more that scares me this week is, of course, Justin Fields is starting, which we feel like is going to be better. But like, what is that? Like, what is his thumb? Like, I'm sure Justin Fields will be good for fantasy because he'll be scrambling around running back there. But like, how good, how accurate is he going to be today? I think that's going to be a factor that not a lot of people are considering with these Bears weapons.
Yep, absolutely. Abid says he thinks Kirk is going to go crazy after his 27th birthday, and it was yesterday. So he says he can feel that he's going to go crazy. So we'll see what happens with Christian
We'll
Kirk
see.
this week. He was a start of the week for me at the wide receiver position. So we'll see. Sure says, bro, give me a streamer tight end. Mayer, Fryermuth, Logan, or Njoku are all available. This is a half PPR. He said, you guys won me several games. This is a must-win game. So he's coming back to the
The
well.
pressure.
Needs it. He says
Okay.
Musgrave is also available. And then last part of this is I am making a commitment for the rest of the season that I will consult with you. You guys are rational and our wavelength is spot on. So there's a lot of pressure on this pick here, Caleb. Mayer, Fryermuth, Logan, and Joku, or Musgrave. He has Musgrave there too.
I think I'm going Logan Thomas versus the Giants is where I
Okay.
would lean. But
Okay.
I have Logan Thomas one spot ahead of Njoku. So it is close, but I lean Logan Thomas.
Okay. I also have Logan Thomas the highest of all of these guys in my rankings. So, with that being said, Logan Thomas is my tight end 12 on the week. So I have him as a low end tight end one. But if you need a streamer and you can get a low end tight end one, that would be ideal. Where I have the rest of these guys, just for reference, I do have Musgrave just one spot lower than Logan Thomas. So Musgrave is my tight end 13 on the week, and Joku's my tight end 14. When we keep going down a little bit more, Michael Mayer is 20, And then I'm not really rolling the dice on Freiermuth this week. I'm keeping Freiermuth out of those rankings for the most part. I don't trust him. So I think with that being said, Logan Thomas.
But don't come back. We appreciate it. Come back next week. But if we get it wrong, just come back and tell us we're wrong and ask us our opinion again. And hopefully we'll re-roll the dice. 51% of the time we're right. That's our
Hey,
promise.
he said he's making the commitment to us the rest of the season. So we appreciate you wanting
We
to come
appreciate
back.
that.
I mean, our goal is to really help you win those games. So I'm glad to hear that we have helped you win several games this year. So keep coming back, man. I mean, like Caleb said, we're not going to shoot 100%, but our hope is that we shoot better than 50%. And that way you can win some of those games. So
Yeah.
Abid says, would you start Puka or Kirk? Just asking.
Puka for me.
Puka, I have them very close in my rankings. I will pull these up, and I'm going to pull up my PPR rankings because I feel like that's where both of these guys succeed the most. And so I have Puka currently as my wide receiver 11. I have Christian Kirk in my top 15. So I have them both there, but I have Puka just slightly ahead of him.
I think with Matthew Stafford, it makes me feel a lot better playing today. Makes me feel a lot better about Puka.
Sure.
So I'm still worried about him. But yeah, if it was, of course, Carson Wentz throwing the ball, I'd 100% say Kirk, but I'd be going Puka.
For sure. Jay says, Tank Dell, McLaurin, Puka, start one. Go Cowboys.
I love it, Jay. I'll go Puka. Yeah.
Yep, that's where I am. Sleepy says, should I start Achan? Kind of worried for some reason. And I understand this thinking, honestly, because fresh off the IR stint, and I said it too, where I had Achan in my rankings, like maybe I'm being overly eager. Maybe I'm too excited for Achan. But when he's been on the field this year, he's been electric. I got to just ride the wave. Sleepy, I have him as a top 10 running back in my PPR rankings. So yes, I would be starting Achan, but I understand you having some worry here.
I 100% agree that you should potentially have some more, because especially like last week, we saw like Montgomery come back and it wasn't maybe as good as you thought. But the thing is, Raheem Mostert hasn't looked like unworldly, ungodly like the last few weeks. He's now no superstar that he was the first few weeks when it was his only show. So I'm rolling with Devon and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Sure says buys are crazy. Trade deadlines have passed. It's getting down to the nitty gritty here in these fantasy leagues, man. Raul says Herbert or Josh Allen, Trey McBride or Sam Laporta. This league is PPR. So, where do you lean on the quarterbacks, Caleb?
Yeah, I think for me, I still lean Josh Allen over Herbert. I know, new offense coordinator, no offense coordinator. I don't even know what's happening with the Bills, but I'm just banking on Josh Allen. You drafted him high, still elite level talent. The interceptions, yes, those are a worry, but give me Josh Allen, and then I still lean Sam Laporta over Trey McBride.
Yeah, I lean Josh Allen, and then I lean Sam Laporta. So that would be mine. Fantasy football advice by Tyler. He says Jeff Wilson is inactive. There are no concerns for Achan, to be honest. And to be honest, I was never worried about Jeff Wilson anyways. If Jeff Wilson was active, it wouldn't change my opinion on anything. But I do think that just having a little bit of a longer IR stunt, having some injury, and then again, potentially this being a game where they might need to call off the dogs pretty quickly. Who knows? I mean, we'll see what happens. But I always think coming back first game from injury, there's always a reason for just a tiny bit of concern, but obviously not enough. I have him in my top 10. Let's see. Ronnie says, need one running back, two wide receivers, one flex, full PPR. He says, I started Mixon, who gave me a solid 21 points. Nice. Achan, Javonte, Keenan, Amon-Ra, Kirk, Laporta, Kincaid. I'm able to start both tight ends. It's an 18-man league. Holy hell. Which I'm in first. Good job, Ronnie. All right, 18-man. You're playing with some diehards in an 18-man. And to have this roster in an 18-man is pretty crazy, honestly. So let's see. He needs one running back. So who are we going? Achan, Javonte. I'm going Achan.
Achan. Yeah, easily.
Yep. All right. Two wide receivers. Keenan, Amon-Ra, Kirk. I'm going Keenan and Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Yep. And then one flex. I think I go Javonte.
Yeah, I go Javonte over Kirk, but that's close.
Yeah. And then he said he's able to start both of those tight ends. So I'm assuming he's just starting Laporta and Kincaid.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Cool. All right. Nice. All right. Let's see. No faith in DTR, like when he doesn't have to face the Ravens or Steelers?
I have faith in DTR when it's the preseason. going up against second stringers, but not currently.
It's tough, man. DTR got a lot of Dynasty preseason hype. It was fun for a couple weeks, but yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason they went and got PJ Walker and had him start playing quarterback behind
Yep.
Watson.
Yep.
Let's see. HN only needs 7 to 10 touches to put up 25 points. I'm rolling him out. I agree. I totally agree. And I think it's a very good matchup for him to fall into the end zone.
100%.
Get real, says Romeo Dobbs or Josh Reynolds.
Romeo. Wear out the Romeo.
Absolutely. Bring out the Shakespeare. We need some Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, we do.
Tyler says, I'm building a playoff contender. Traded for HN a few weeks ago. Finally breaking him out. Just traded Waddle and Murray for Jefferson and snagged the Chiefs D for the end of the season schedule. Let's see. And so he says, Hurts, HN, White, Connor, Chase, Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Kincaid, Chiefs D. Let's go. So yeah, sounds like a playoff contending roster.
Looks like a playoff contending roster. Too bad Joe Burrow got hurt. That Justin Jefferson, Chase prime stack would have been amazing. Now Chase is still a wide receiver 1. I don't know where Chase ends up falling for the rest of the season, Andrew, but he's still a wide receiver 1 for me. But he's not that high, high level and wide receiver 1 that he was previous to this, which is sad.
Yeah, really hurts Jamar Chase, honestly, and really hurts T. Higgins. I mean, I feel like I don't know what your opinion is on this, Caleb. I mean, aren't you a Bengals guy?
I am a Bengals guy. So.
Okay, so I don't know what your okay. I don't know what your opinion is on this. I feel like there's a chance that T. Higgins could or should maybe chalk up the season and say, you know what, I've been dealing with the injuries all year. Maybe this is just let's play for free agency because he's got a contract looming, and I don't know if you guys are going to pay it. Do you think you guys are going to pay that T. Higgins contract?
No. Right now we're tanking. There's too many wide receivers in the 24 class, so we'll take one of them in the first round. Jake Browning is officially the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. Zach Wilson's better. DTR is better. I think Tanner Hudson's a great streaming pickup because I think Tanner Hudson and Jamar Chase are going to be the only options for Jake Browning. And it's unfortunate that this is happening, but it's where we're at. So we're about to lose the rest of the season because of our lack of quarterback play.
Yeah. I mean, there's that meme that floated around during the draft process when you guys took Jamar Chase, and don't hear what I'm not saying. Jamar Chase was a fantastic pick, obviously. But it was like, who was it? It was Penei Sewell and anybody. And then it was like anybody or Jamar Chase and then anybody. And it was Joe Burrow on his back. And it's like, that kind of has been the story since you guys drafted Jamar Chase, is you can't protect Joe. I'd be interested to see what happens. But again, I do think your guys' season is pretty much over. And I'm going to follow this up. This is one more question before I see we got a couple more questions coming in. So I got one more question that's a Bengals related question.
Oh, goodness.
Where would you like, obviously you would like to keep T. Higgins on the Cincinnati Bengals, but you said you don't think that they're going to pay him for dynasty purposes. Where would you like to see T. Higgins go?
I mean, I feel like T on there's 2 teams that I instantly think this would, well, actually 3. I mean, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Cowboys. I think any of those 3 teams, and I know salary cap for the Dallas Cowboys is they probably won't be able to afford T. Higgins. Because I don't think, have they extended CeeDee Lamb? I need to
not yet
look back into that, but I know they have that big extension coming up. But I feel like a team, and I don't necessarily feel like he needs to go to a team and be an alpha. I just feel like it would be nice if we could see T. Higgins as an alpha for a few games. Like,
where I would love to see him go. I would love to see him be a Houston Texan. Let him be CJ Stroud's alpha number 1 X wide receiver, and let's see what that turns into. I'd love to see it.
That would also be a good landing spot. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I think, and they have the cap space. They could pay him and do it. So, next question here: Rachaad White or Brian Robinson? For me, it's Brian Robinson.
It's gonna be Brian Robinson for me.
All right. Tyler says everyone should drop a like and subscribe. Absolutely, everyone should drop a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. Sure says, okay, one last question: Miami or Denver?
I'm going Miami.
I'm going Miami as well. You ain't stopping the pass or not, Denver. No, I'm just kidding. You see the jersey today? Come on, man. Sleepy says Tua or Dobbs this week. Can't believe we have got to this point with the football season where people are actually debating this. For me, it's Tua.
It's Tua for me. Easily Sleepy.
Oh, Ane says, sorry, I forgot to mention, I play PPR if that changes your idea for White versus Brian. It doesn't change my opinion, I don't think. I still lean Brian. It makes the gap closer, but I still lean Brian.
Yeah, against that Giants front seven, give me Brian all day long.
Yeah, Sure says, I will say teams that are playing or trying to play young QBs for experience and just wild card spots. So there are a lot of unknowns with QBs, especially with Burrow's injury. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Finn says Swift, Thielen, or Singletary, PPR.
Swift.
Swift. Ronnie says Jake Elliott or Riley Patterson. Ooh, kicker question. Expected
Ooh.
weather, Eagles Chiefs game.
I think I'm going Riley versus the Bears.
All right. Look, man, I will go Riley too. I'll go Riley too. Why not? Shaka says, got to start 3. Garrett Wilson, Adam Thielen, Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley.
Adam Thielen, Garrett Wilson, and then you got to stare down the barrel of Cortland Sutton, who's kind of been coming on as of late, or versus Calvin Ridley, who's done nothing. I actually still think I have Calvin Ridley above Cortland Sutton this week. So,
do you? I'm going to cross-reference. I think I do as well, but I'm cross-referencing here. And Cortland Sutton, wide receiver 28, Calvin Ridley, wide receiver 27, Adam Thielen, wide receiver 26. I got all these guys just sitting here in this tier. At that point, I think you play for upside because you're playing in the same tier. So definitely Garrett Wilson for me. I'd play Adam Thielen because it's PPR. He's going to see a lot of volume, but it is a tough defense. And then shoot for the touchdown from Cortland Sutton. That's what I would say.
Yeah. We'll see. Come back next week and let us know, because I will remember this Cortland Sutton versus Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, Caleb and I, we've cross-referenced these before, where it's like after a show later in the week, we'll be like, we debated this on the stream, and it looks like you were right, or maybe it was like, oh, it looks like I was right on that one. I remember I made him
the Gibbs
one. I victory lapped that pretty well.
Did. Not nowhere else, just in the text messages, and I had to eat it, so it's okay.
Yeah, because I think I told you I had him. I was like, I have him really high, and maybe it's a mistake, but I have him as like my running back 2. It's Christian McCaffrey and then Jahmyr Gibbs, and then that actually is what happened, and so then I victory lapped with you pretty hard. Tyler says, no, Tommy DeVito is worse. You don't know what I'm going through as a Giants fan.
Yeah, that's rough. It's rough out here for those Giants fans.
Defense,
offense, nothing's good above.
Nothing. Since he will try and make a wild card run, in my humble opinion, you think they can do it?
No, they're tanking. We need a better wide receiver, so we're just gonna acknowledge that.
Rasheed or Hollywood?
Maverick, I'll go Hollywood.
Yep. T is kind of screwed, like he needs to play. I think he should just wrap it up for the year, to be honest. But let's see what else we got here. Darrell Henderson or Deontay Johnson?
Deontay Johnson.
Me too. Lon says, who scores more touchdowns today, Montgomery or Pollard?
Pollard, all of his player profiler, end zone, red zone stats are amazing, but it's going to be Montgomery.
You think so?
Yeah.
Did you hear the interview from CeeDee Lamb this week?
I know, saying that they're going to get TP going. Well, why is it taking until week 11? Why hasn't this happened earlier? Like, come on. Like, tell me, CD, explain it to me. So, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I mean, it's tough. I think the safe play is Montgomery for sure. I mean, to give you an idea, I mean, when you look at the sports books right now, the odds of Montgomery scoring an anytime touchdown is like -160, which means it's pretty damn good odds that he's going to fall into the end zone. I don't think Pollard's are that high, so I would be trusting the books on this one, saying that Monty's going to get in. Let's see. Sleepy says, me trading away Chase for Bijan might actually pay off in the playoffs. Everyone called me stupid.
Sleepy, at time, it probably felt a little stupid, but you're looking like you had the crystal ball and you were like, yeah, give me Bijan. Want all the upside. Jamar Chase is just a middling bottom end wide receiver 1. I need the upside in my RB 1-2 spot.
Yeah. Flex spot, Garrett Wilson, Thielen, Mostert. I'm going Mostert.
I wanted to say Thielen, but I should probably double check.
For me, it's between Mostert and Wilson, but I'd be going Mostert.
I'm actually going Mostert too. I'm not just changing that because you said it. I actually have Mostert higher in my rankings. I'm just an idiot.
All right. Looks like we got a Twitter question here, Caleb. So I'm gonna answer this question on stream with you while
Let's
we
go.
talk about it. But and then I'll type the answer to him on Twitter. But it says need two: James Conner, Mostert, and Garrett Wilson. This is a half PPR.
James Conner, Garrett Wilson, and who was the other guy?
Mostert.
But he needs two. So Mostert, Garrett
Needs two.
Wilson, and Connor.
Yeah, I think for me, I'd go Mostert and Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson over James Conner.
I would.
Well, I think I'm.
You can't do it.
It's close. It's close. Just do it. You do it. You answer it because you're typing it out. So it's close for me between Connor and Garrett Wilson.
Here,
honestly.
I'll give him one of each. I'll give him James Conner for you and Garrett Wilson for me.
Okay.
And then we got an A here. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. What do you guys think about Devontae Adams' future on the Raiders? I want some other guys' opinions to prove my friends wrong.
Yeah. I mean, this season, he's stuck on the Raiders.
First of all, thank you for the love. Thank you.
Yes.
For the love.
Yes. The love is appreciated. I mean, I think he probably gets traded away this offseason to somebody.
You do?
Yeah. I think they'll do him right. I mean, there's no reason for him to stick around. He's about to be a 31-year-old wide receiver. I mean, highly paid.
You don't buy into this whole the players have taken back over the organization. Everybody loves it. He's empowered the coach, or the coach has empowered the players. Like, vibes are good. You don't like that narrative that they're running right now?
I mean, I think you can love the narrative, but then you look to the right and there's Aiden McConnell throwing you the ball, and you say to yourself, I could have Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen throwing me the ball. Like, he's still got like 1 or 2 more years left of, I think, maybe not elite level production because we've seen this wide receiver cliff happen, but very close to. So I would assume that they like a DeAndre Hopkins, where they hopefully trade him not to the Titans but to somewhere else would be ideal for Devontae.
That was stupid. Well, I don't know why. First of all, DeAndre chose to go play for the Titans, and whatever. Anyways, that was a stupid business decision. Whatever. Dylan says few start sit full PPR questions. So question 1, start 1, flex, Hollywood or McBride.
We've leaned McBride all day, so we'll go McBride.
I go McBride too. Start 1, or question 2, start 1 running back and 1 flex. Connor, Achane, Waddle. So I'm going Achane.
Yep, and then Waddle for me.
And Waddle. Yep. Start 1 QB, 1 running back, 1 flex. So Stroud and Fields, Connor, Ford, Singletary, and Waddle. I go Stroud. I go Singletary, and then I would go Connor. Or actually, I would go Waddle. So Stroud, Singletary, Waddle for me. What's your thought there? Oop, can't hear you, Caleb.
Okay, am I back?
Yep.
Okay, I'd go Stroud.
Here, let me bring it back up.
Yeah, Stroud, Connor, and then what was the
flex is the Singletary, Ford, Waddle.
And then I go Waddle. But did you say Singletary?
Yeah, I said Stroud, Singletary, Waddle.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you I have Singletary pretty high in my rankings this week. Dude says I need 2 this week due to bye weeks. 12-man, full PPR. Jaden Reed, Rondell Moore, Gabe Davis, and Quentin Johnston.
I think I'm going Rondell Moore and Gabe Davis.
I think I'm going Quentin Johnston and Gabe Davis.
Okay, so Gabe Davis, constant.
Good. Yeah, and the reason why I go Quentin Johnston is a little bit of a banged up Keenan Allen. Obviously, the whole rest of the room is banged up to hell. If there's going to be a week for Quentin to do this, it's got to be now. So we'll see what happens. But I do like Jaden Reed this week too. But I think Gabe Davis is for sure locked and loaded there. Jacob says Brian Robinson, Chris Godwin, Achane, or Jerome Ford in the flex.
Achane.
I feel like a lot of these Achane questions, it's just going to be Achane, guys.
Upside.
Yeah, upside. Start Rachaad White, Thielen, or Nico Collins.
Rachaad White.
Rachaad White. I do agree Rachaad White with this one. I could see an argument for Nico Collins too, though.
Yeah.
But especially if this is a PPR league, it doesn't mention it. But if it's a PPR league, I expect the Buccaneers to be playing from behind a lot of today, which means Rachaad White will be heavily used in the passing game. Peanut Butter Jelly Time says if Pollard can't get it done today against my Panthers, I'm putting him on the trade block for 3 tacos.
Well, you're going to have to give me 3 tacos plus Tony Pollard for me to take him. So,
and I'll give you back 1 taco for your 3 tacos and Tony Pollard. All right. Trick says Monty revenge game today. He gets to play the Chicago Bears. I like the revenge narrative. Go put 3 touchdowns on their head.
I agree.
Do you remember at the beginning of the year there was like a video floating around where they were like asking the Detroit Lions, um, who was your favorite, or who's your favorite matchup that you're looking forward to this year? And Monty just walked up and he's like, and he just kept pointing at the Bears, and he just kept pointing at it. So he's been looking forward to this matchup.
Hey, you know what? I think he would have resigned with the Bears. The Lions just paid him a crazy contract, and for good riddance. I mean, you're seeing exactly why they paid him all the money. But
Yeah.
we're excited to see some Montgomery today. I got him in a lot of lineups. We talked about that before screen out. I got a lineup where I had to decide between Monty and Puka, and Andrew said, just throw some Monty in there.
Yep. All right. Rock out with the super chat. Says PPR, one flex, JSN, or pick up Reed or Rondell Moore.
Rock out. Appreciate you supporting the channel. I will be going with JSN.
Yeah, I'll be going with JSN too. And is there any official news still yet on Tyler Lockett? I know they've deemed him as a official game time decision. Do we have anything out on Lockett right now? Because if Lockett misses this game, JSN's a smash play.
I thought I saw that he's playing.
Let me look this up real quick. I want to make sure that we have this.
I know there was a lot of debate on Twitter about how JSN has been underperforming here recently. So while you look that up, I'll just monologue really quick. But
I see Tyler Lockett expected to play versus Rams.
It still doesn't change my opinion. I still think JSN, like his target share continues to go up, his snap share continues to go up. So give me JSN. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Again, though, I have said multiple times this week that I like Jaden Reed, but he's not as safe of a play as JSN. So if you need a safer play, you need to guarantee some more points, go with that one. Let's see where we got. Would you start Rasheed and Hollywood both over Waddle? I would not.
No, I would
be
start
starting
Hollywood and Waddle.
Yeah, I'd start Hollywood and Waddle as well. Waddle is a top play for me this week. I have him as a start of the week. Peanut butter jelly time says son of a laughing emoji. What is that? Oh, is that for the Pollard
for tacos?
the
For tacos, yeah.
You got to give me the taco, man.
Yeah. Come on.
PPR pick 2, Mostert, Ayuk, Puka, Dell.
Ayuk for sure. And then
I go Puka.
Yeah, I go Puka over Mostert and Dell.
Yeah. All right. PSA Loon says Rasheed Rice, Alexander Madison, or Daryl Henderson.
I think I lean Alexander Madison just based on volume. But Rasheed Rice has been balling. That's a hard choice. But I have Alexander Madison higher.
Yeah, I'm not even interested in Daryl Henderson in this question. I would say for me it would be Rice or Madison, and I think I want to play the upside of Rasheed Rice.
Okay.
I think that's what I want to do, but I understand the matchup is really good for Madison, but he's been so inefficient. It's been killing me, man.
And you're the Vikings fan, so I need you to if your decision matters here because you of course
I'm getting to the point, and I've been to this point, I think, but it's getting to the point, man, where it's like I can't stamp my sign of approval on Alexander Madison anymore as the starting running back. Like I said it a couple weeks ago. I think I was on stream with you where I said I would like to see Cam Akers get involved more and it be more of a committee approach. And then obviously the unfortunate Achilles injury to Akers again. But that doesn't change my opinion. I would still like to see a committee approach. Now it's just Ty Chandler falling into it. I would like to see Ty Chandler and Madison get a little bit more split work because Ty has looked like he has a little bit more juice than Madison. He doesn't hit the hole as well as Madison. I don't think he's reading his blockers as well as Madison. And I think that's a little bit of just inexperience at the NFL level, but he just has more juice. Mark says PPR pick 2, Mostert, Ayuk, Puka, Dell. I think we just answered this one. So yeah, we're going with Ayuk and Puka. Yep. Camden says got Josh Jacobs, Saquon, and Brees and DK. Should I start all 3 running backs or start 2 and flex DK? My other receivers are CD and Devontae.
So I'm starting CD and Devontae or over DK. So in regards to running backs,
I think I would play Jacobs and Brees for sure.
Yes, for sure.
It's a tougher matchup for DK, but Saquon's that offense is so bad.
It is. And DeVito just, I know checking down, you think he's going to get PPR points, but he can't even throw the ball check down. So it's just like,
let's see. I'm going to check my flex rankings real quick. Yeah, I have DK a little bit higher. So I'd be going with DK in the flex and then Brees and Jacobs.
I agree.
What do you think, Caleb? Should we call last call on these questions? Final call on these
Yeah,
questions?
we should do final call. I got to set some lineups here, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
final
So
call. Will no more than 10 minutes.
yeah,
So get those last questions in here. We'll try and get to the bottom of them. We'll try and close us out by 12:45. That way, Caleb has 15 minutes to set some lineups.
one week I forgot to set a lineup and I was pissed because I was like, you know what though? But I give it to you guys. That's what I do. I
Yeah,
lose a week for you guys. That's what I do
fair
here.
enough.
So
All right. How about Dobbs and Fields this week? Who are you going, Dobbs or Fields?
I'll go Fields.
I think I'm going Dobbs.
It was close. It's close. I have Fields 2 spots higher, but I mean both are Konamiko quarterbacks, so both have really great upside.
I have the jersey, so I'm probably biased. So listen to Caleb. He doesn't have a bias in this one.
Dobbs has been balling though. We're cheering for him.
Yeah, he's been balling. Passion now, baby. I'm starting Josh Jacobs and Eckler. Okay, cool. Nice,
Okay.
man. Dak or Kyler?
Dak.
Dak for me too. Yeah. I go Dak. Element says Dak for sure. Please trust me.
As he got CD Lamb as his profile picture.
Yeah.
Not biased at all. Same exact thing.
Yeah, I just said don't listen to me because I have the Dobbs. I have the Vikings jersey on, and then he says, "Please trust me with the Cowboys."
I love you, bro.
All right, it was a tough one. Thank you. Good looking out, fellas. Keep it up. My Vikings bias wants to go Dobbs. Jacob, I love the Vikings bias, baby. Skull.
Jacob, you just got to ride with what you got. We got to ride what you got. Someone just subscribed to my channel, so there's about to be another question that comes in. So we can monologue until that.
Seconds. So yeah, man. Anyways, let's give some transparency behind the curtain real quick. So Caleb, where are you standing in your leagues right now?
Yeah, and a few of them. There's a few that I'm like, fourth or fifth. I guess in redraft or dynasty. How do we want to go about this?
Let's go with all of them. But maybe keep it to your main or your most important, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I would say my two family redraft leagues. I'm in second place and fourth place. The fourth place team just pisses me off, but it's okay. I had a lot of injuries that I'm battling back from, but just traded for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So hopefully that helps my team there. My main dynasty leagues, top 3, I'm all either first to fourth. So I'm definitely in playoff contention there, which has been good. It's just been a funky year. I think that's the thing that I'm learning about my teams. I definitely overvalued Bijan Robinson going into the season. That bit me in the butt, but now it's starting to pay off. So for those teams that had enough depth to be able to handle that, that's been good. But I'm probably going to win a lot of money. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I only have one redraft league. I've pretty much went full dynasty at this point, which is why I think a lot of my content too typically tends to be a little bit more dynasty focused, but I still play in redraft. I have a home redraft league that's been going on for like 10 years, so keep playing in that one. But in that redraft league, I am currently fighting to try and get a bye week. The top 2 teams, they get bye weeks in the playoffs, and I am in third place right now. 2 games. We play with a league median in all of my leagues, so 2 games, which is really, you can catch 2 games in 1 week behind second place, but I have more points scored than him. So trying to catch him and get that bye. In my dynasty leagues, I am in, let's see, 4th place in my newest one. In my other one, I'm in 2nd place. And then the other one, I'm 19-1 in 1st place. And it looks like I'm going to be running away with that one.
Let's go.
That team's pretty damn good. I've won 2 championships out of the last 3 years, and it looks like I'm going for a 3rd championship in the 4th year. All on the back of Justin Herbert and Josh Allen. They've been my quarterbacks for 4 years now, and those guys keep killing it for me. Superflex, tight end, premium, 6-point passing. It's been nice. But looks like we didn't get any other questions that came in. Got a couple here to say, going pizza and wings today. Go Cowboys. Appreciate y'all help. Hashtag Madison stock on the rise, baby. And then we got a skull in here. So love the skull chance. And then Trick says I got wings, or Element says Tricks, I got wings as well. And go boys.
Go boys.
All right, man. I think that's it, Caleb.
Yeah, I think we're wrapping it up. And like I said, if you, for some reason, didn't get your start sit question answered and you want it quickly answered, like feel free to leave a comment still on the stream and or comment on one of either Andrew or I's videos. We'll try to get to it right before the games happen. Oh, this is probably the question that I thought. Buzzer beater. Oh, we got two more that flew in. So I will be going Rondo Moore over Jaden Reed.
I'm going to be going Jaden Reed over Rondell Moore. Oh, we did get some buzzer beaters in here, I guess. E-Beat says, would you drop Kareem Hunt for Keaton Mitchell?
Yes.
Yes, I would too. And then Godwin or Davis? I'm going Godwin.
I'll go with Chris Godwin there.
All right, so that was the buzzer beaters. Caleb, where can they find you at?
They can find me if you're tuning into the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribe. We post content pretty much 5 days a week. We'll be putting out like a waiver wire video later tonight, recap video. So make sure you go check that out. Find me on Twitter at Niemi Caleb. My last name, first name, sadly was taken first name, last name. So we'll deal with that. And then E-Beats says Puka there. E-Beats.
Oh, yeah, Puka for me too.
But excited to see how week 11 plays out for everybody.
Absolutely. And if you're over on Caleb's channel, come and check us out over the League FFB. You see it over here at the League FFB on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter at Andrew2True. Again, like Caleb said, if you have any other last minute questions, tweet at me. Put a comment on the videos, do whatever you got to do. But would appreciate all of your guys' support. And go join. I have a free Discord, so join my Discord. We're doing a jersey giveaway in there the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Andrew's on the grind to 1,000 subs, ladies and gentlemen. So go give Andrew a subscribe. He's almost to 800, and let's be clear, he should be right where we're at because he puts out just as good a content. So go check him out if you haven't already. We'll be doing a lot more collabs. So our two channels love each other, so we're gonna keep
absolutely. And once this off season hits, man, Caleb, we're diving into some of these dynasty weeds. So let's get it.
Oh, it's gonna be, you guys are gonna be excited for all the dynasty startup mocks that we're gonna be doing. Maybe we start an actual dynasty league. Who knows? But there's a lot of exciting things in the work.
But all right, man. Like she said, enjoy the games today, boys, and we hope you guys enjoy the games as well. Good luck in your weeks, and make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, do all that good stuff, the YouTube stuff. But more than anything, enjoy your week. Go get a W, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.